Oh, hello, everyone. Thank you for coming on tonight. Okay, so we're talking about the horse. The horse is, they do worry, an earth horse this month, so they do worry a little bit logical, but, after weighing everything out, they can be stuck in that sense because that earth on top is a mountain. Hi, everyone. And they may need guidance. So there is an insecurity there because the earth is pushing that horse. Because that earth, think of it as a mountain. And so the horse, it's very hard to gallop up the mountain for a horse. Some earth horses mature better than others. So as the month goes along, that horse actually is much, much better. And of course, it depends on what's in the rest of the chart as well. Now, with the horse, just keep in mind also their personality, and their normal personality is very cheerful. They are independent, they are outgoing, they're very charming, they're restless because it's a horse. You get on the horse and you go off, that kind of restlessness. There's a lot of travel, there's stamina for this travel, and of course they're good at everything, So when you think about that, also Mercury is its ruling planet, and so when you think of the horse, think of in Western, it's like the Gemini, that kind of thing. So the horse with the rat. Now that horse totally confuses the rat. So if you sit on a rat, yeah, hi. So if you sit on a rat, what ends up happening is you will feel vulnerable this month because that fire for you, for your water, the water's trying to put out the fire, but it's not happening because this fire doesn't sit still somewhere for you to actually get over it. And so the rat, you can win this month, but you're in what we call a clash. And so with that clash, the rat has to do some scheming to get through when no one's looking, that kind of thing, high tech. The ox is very disappointed this month, not because it's an ox, but what ends up happening is the ox needs to, put its head down and start getting on with the job. And what the horse does, it's like, oh, up there, gallop off there, that kind of thing. And so there's this month, if you do sit on the ox and the horse this month, don't have any sleepovers because it's called a third party. And that third party means that someone comes in and disturbs you, your choice. But again, as I said, the ox is a very hard worker and it makes him restless having, someone galloping around him, and he just wants to, as I said, put his head down and get on with it. The next animal is the tiger. So with that tiger, he does very well this month. So if you sit on a tiger, you're pretty good this month because the tiger and the horse are already part of a combine. We call it like soulmates. And when that horse comes in for this tiger, then it's time to say, okay, it's healing time. And so this healing time is stronger, especially if you sit on the tiger on the day you are born. It just also means that fire brings it out at the same time. Lillian, yeah, someone who can focus is the ox, but the horse, no. So what ends up happening with this tiger is they walk through the doors and there they are, whereas the horse, it will take care of you this month. So don't fret, there's no clashes and all of that. And it's kind of like the tiger and the horse, they trust each other. They are part of a combine, so they would not do the dirty on each other this month. The next one is the rabbit. Hi, Ray. And the rabbit also can prosper this month, just like the tiger can. There are no challenges for the rabbit. The horse in the month doesn't challenge them. But what it can happen is because the rabbit is, also head down, getting on with business, blah, blah. The horse is like, look at me, that kind of thing. And that's why the tiger can actually keep that horse in his place. Whereas the rabbit, you might look up and think, where did the month go? Because that's how it can actually be. for you if you sit on a rabbit. If you sit on a dragon, there's so many opportunities here. The thing is, the dragon and the horse both look at me, okay? And so just as showy, just as fast, just as, lots of unexpectedness. Sorry, something came up and I have to get rid of it. Cool. Lots of unexpectedness, but both are social butterflies. So it's party, 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 party. And in the end, that fire of this month can push your buttons if you are a dragon. So just be aware of that. When it happens and you get a bit anxious, then just breathe, say you're grateful, all that sort of stuff. For the snake is already a travel star. So with that snake, it's always tempted. So this horse comes galloping along and the snake's like, But also you've got to keep in mind, both now are travel stars. So what's going to happen to someone that sits on a snake this month? You are going to move. Whether you move by choice or you get picked up and dumped here, and the fire that the snake is a fire, the horse is a fire, that's havoc. And it just means you do understand each other because elementally you're the same element, but at the same time, that's a lot of fire and that's havoc. So that snake is forced this month to shed its skin because that horse is just running amok. It causes the snake to, not able to focus and may shed his skin earlier than expected, that kind of thing. So just be aware of that. The next one is the horse. So, hi, Kev. The horse with a horse, that's two horses. Two horses actually cause a penalty. So when I say a penalty, it's an unconscious thing that will actually happen. It's like emotion, it's possessiveness, it's jealousy, it's something comes to the surface and then you need to actually address that. Again, it's that fire. So if you sit on the horse, if the horse is somewhere in the chart, it can still cause that to happen. So it's actually disharmony, especially if you sit on it, it's disharmony in your relationship this month. So that's if you sit on a horse. And if a relationship is not solid or stable, then it's very hard to actually survive this, okay, this month. And if the relationship is already unsecure, then there's, inadequacies, there's unrealistic attitudes, it all will come out. You can actually embarrass each other in that way. Excuse me. And everything gets highlighted all the time, and it's like we're more we're worth more than that, and you're both saying that to each other, kind of thing. So make some changes and just be extra careful in that way. Hi, David. So at the same time, you won't have it all. You can't, because there's a horse, neither of you can have it your way because you will stop each other, you'll dramatize it, you are challenged. It's like a slap in the face you did not expect. With the goat is quite comfortable this month because the horse and the goat are, again, they have a great relationship, they're soulmates. It's that kind of a month for you. You feel very, very calm this month. You're very content. There's nothing to worry about, and the horse goes off this way and the goat will go off this way over the damn wall. Again, there's a lot of opportunities, but with both these, with this month, the goat, life still goes on and it's easy peasy, okay? So, and you feel the content at the same time. For monkeys have, their experience gets them through better than any other animal this month as well. Not as much, the tiger's good too, but yeah, with the monkey, think of that fire is melting, molding, whatever you want to call it, controlling the monkey. And so what ends up happening then, this monkey, he's got to get wiser. And that's what happens to you if you sit on a monkey. And then eventually this pays off. Once you get wiser, it pays off. But just remember though, that fire is molding you to be able to get through it. It is a travel start at the same time what you sit on as a monkey. And then, you know, this horse comes galloping along. Anyway, you win or lose, that kind of thing. But if you have wisdom, it's better. You know, just don't jump. Or, you know, if someone says jump, don't say how high. Just think first, because that's what will get you through. Okay. The rooster, hi Bianca. The rooster, again, it can prosper, again, because the horse is fire, it's molding this rooster. So if you sit on a rooster, you can both get very emotional in, you know, you and whoever you are with, because it affects your partner at the same time. It's about building a bridge and getting over it, because that's what the rooster will do. The horse wants you to just sit there a little bit longer in it, so it has control, and then, you know, he's look at me as well. Whereas the rooster knows better, knows how to discipline himself much more than the horse, and the horse definitely no discipline whatsoever. So the rooster's better off. It may affect you because the fire's pushing you, you know. It's kind of like this bushfire and you're this little earring. That's just going to consume you unless, you know, you find a way out of it. Get up on the fence and cock-a-doodle-doo, that kind of thing. Okay, so after the rooster is the dog. The dog is cared for this month, basically, because fire feeds the earth. The dog is the earth and the horse is fire. And together, that's pretty much healing happening again, like with the tiger. But this healing is coming from deep within. So if you sit on a dog, something's going to come to the surface. You're going to discover so much. It's like it'll be dug out this month. And it's dug out so that you will get through it, not keep it. So it may highlight your own emotions. You may get, you know, tissues, your own feelings. Someone might just have to say, are you okay? And then you're like, woo, like that. But you heal. That's the difference. And that horse can actually sweep you off your feet this month. So you think, oh my God, I've got to ground myself somehow. So ground yourself. Not a bad relationship this month. It's just a little bit too much sometimes. Because on top of it is earth as well this month. And that earth is exactly what the dog is elementally. So too much of everything. Breathe. 10 minutes, 5 minutes, just breathe. Whatever you decide, just breathe. The pig this month, the pig is already a travel star. The pig and the horse have a relationship, but it's a relationship you don't see on top. It's behind closed doors. They're actual soulmates. And so the pig is the water element, so it's communicating at the same time, but it's emotional, and the horse is very, very emotional. And so there could be a lot of changes made this month for someone sitting on a pig. Quietly so for the pig, but for the horse, it will stick by you this month, whether you're traveling or watching a movie or whatever. Yeah, just have some tissues there with you at the same time. Okay, so that's all of the animals. The other thing is, it's a new moon tomorrow. So what you need to do is write down a few things you want, you know, whether they're affirmations or whatever. And that's the beginning of something. It also happens to be fire as well. So it adds more to this month, which means the fire is quite strong tomorrow when the full moon is on. And it's on a ox. The ox is also earth. So really you need to check what is fire and what is earth for you. And that new moon, the day of that new moon, is telling you what you then need to focus on. What is fire? What is earth? Make your affirmations about that. Because when you honor whatever the day is for this new beginning, new moon, etc., it actually then helps you. Lillian said, place some silver coins on top of the paper it's written on. So here you go. write your affirmations or what you would like, not need and not want. They're both diseases. You all know that by now. Yeah, what would you like? What door would you like opened? And you will walk through that door. And if you write them, you're actually empowering them, and it gives you something to look back on in the next new moon, basically, and place silver coins on top of the paper that it's written on. For those of you that have had your homes done, then you want to put those in either luck or money. So where there's a square, green square, or a blue circle. And then that holds on to that or activates that, your choice. Both are the same. They both represent prosperity, whether it's a green or whether it's a blue circle, whether it's a green square or blue circle. They both represent prosperity, just in different ways. It still is whatever you desire. Okay, so ask something like, please open the door to this and I will walk through it, that kind of thing. A beautiful lady taught me that, open the door for me and I'll walk through it. Lynn did that, but she's no longer here. She's in another part of us. Anyway, so Lillian also said, hi Steph, place the paper on a windowsill so that the moon can see it. Okay. Normally I write, go out there and say it all to the moon and then place it somewhere, but that's also brilliant too. Because remember, with the new moon, it's that beginning. And then next day, you all know that when the sun comes out, that charges everything. So if it's on a windowsill, it's perfect. Linda, I'm ready. I'm about to leave, Linda, but you can have a listen to it afterwards. So that's all you need to do. Any questions? Come on. Any questions? No questions. So obviously I've done a great job then. But just also remember, relationships are challenged this month anyway, because, you know, the horse is like the rooster. It's like, look at me, and it's about me, and yeah. But a good relationship can be transformed, it can survive, it can move on to another level, and a bad relationship may not. And so, you know, don't think, oh, it's a bad relationship, oh, I'm done for. It's what you do with it. It's up to you. Where are you going to take it? What are you going to do with it? You can go up with here, or you can keep it down here, whatever you like. Okay, Louise, you'll have to listen to it afterwards because I'm just done. Okay, so I have done the FIFA Cup, the ones that are playing on Friday and on Saturday, and Aussie is one of those. I will have a look at it, and I will do like a 2-minute thing, so that'll be just about it. Melissa, thank you so much. I wanted to know what the best days to sell our home next in July to help us. Not sure about the. Okay, so Melissa, what you have to now do is, if you want to sell something, you need to have your home done, or at least your destiny, so that you can tell if your money is coming in next month, or you choose the better days or the better hour to have your home sold, auctioned, etc. And at the same time, you know, you need to activate your money in this home, otherwise you won't sell it. If the two don't come together, it doesn't happen. So, yeah, if you want to do that, call me. I have a special on, and Kath, it's all about work, the ox and people like me, colleagues. Yeah, it is about work for you. So you've got to say, no, thank you, Kath. All right, thank you all for joining again. And I am doing, my aim is to do a whole month, so that's every day for a whole month, of educating you on things of Feng Shui that are rubbish, crap, etc. And I was going to start this month, but I've got to get packing and move. So fingers crossed, I'll start it next month and in my new place, and hopefully it'll work very, very well. And I discovered NBN today, because I want my ADSL that they've told me NBN. All right. So cool, Melissa. All right. So have a great evening, and thank you, Linda. And please go over this more than once if you need to. What you are looking for is, what do you sit on the day? If you're not sure, send me a text. because I don't go to Facebook every day and I don't look at my emails every day. Hi, Gracie. You'll have to just listen to it, darling, because I'm finished. Any questions? Anyone? No? Okay. Have a good night, guys, and thank you.